A new season brought with it the same excitement, anticipation and nerves as the past, but for Oxford City, what happened next will never be forgotten, as the Hoops won promotion to the National League for the first time in their history. This is the remarkable story of their season. As ever, the squad undertook a summer facelift. In a way, City were the victim of their own success, as a number of key players earned moves up the football pyramid. Youngster Ewan Clark left for Championship side Bristol City, George Harman crossed the border to join SPFL side Ross County, and Zico Asare joined National League side Maidenhead. However, the core of the squad signed new deals, as the Hoops looked to build on their success from the previous season. Entering the fray, young centre-halves Andre Burley and Tom Harrison, Clardy Lolos added some firepower up front, and Aaron Williams-Bichelle and Lewis Michio both made the step up from Step 4 football. All of those faces, plus some more later on in the season, would go on to make a huge impact over the next 10 months. Despite it being a season to remember, the first game was one to forget. A 3-1 defeat to Eastbourne Borough on the opening day, a tough one to take for City, but Clardy Lolos' second half strike had the Hoops and the striker off the mark for the campaign. City didn't have to wait long for their first win though. A thunderbolt from Josh Ashby burying those opening day Blues away at St Albans just a week later.
From Josh Ashby, it's curled away from Johnson into the right hand side of the net, and there's not a lot you could do about that, but once again it's...
probably one of my best goals, to be honest. Good hold up play from G, great set, and I just thought, hey, I had one early on in the first half, which was cherries for their keeper, but fortunately hit this one sweet, and thankfully it's gone in the back of the net.
The goals and the wins kept coming. Teenage striker Gerald Muchiteri scoring City's quickest goal of the season after just 36 seconds in a 5-0 demolition of Concord Rangers, which turned out to be the Hoops' biggest win of the season. A brilliant impact from the teenage striker, scoring 2 goals on his full debut, with Clardy Lolos adding another 2 and the 5th from Jean-Baptiste Fischer. City's season was hotting up, and so was August Goal of the Month competition, after Lewis Coyle's super strike against Weymouth. This fixture saw City reunited with former manager David Oldfield, but it was Ross Jenkins' side going home happy after Clardy Lolos' penalty secured a 3rd win on the trot. City's defence was on top form too, a 3rd clean sheet in 4 games secured after Ben Dzinski denied Keelan O'Connor from the penalty spot. It was almost the perfect start for City, only bettered by Ebbsfleet's perfect run. They went on to finish the opening month with an impressive 12 points after a 2-0 win over Hampton and Richmond. Clardy Lolos' penalty gave him his 5th goal in as many games, but it was Aaron Williams-Bichelle who stole all the plaudits in this game. He won the penalty and scored his first goal of the season on another brilliant afternoon. 4 wins in a row, 4 clean sheets in a row, and you got your first goal. Is that the perfect kind of day for you?
Yeah, man, it's good that we kept the win streak going. We had a tough bank holiday weekend, 2 games in 3 days, but the boys done what they had to do, and it's always happy to help the team win with a goal.
A great start for the Hoops that, despite playing 1 game less than all their other opponents, finished August in the top 5. keeping up with the early pace setters in National League South. A 5-0 defeat away at Welling got the month off to the worst possible start, and that result was compounded by a contentious refereeing decision at Chippenham, as the hosts controversially stole 3 points via Jordan Young's penalty. City, however, were bolstered by 2 new arrivals, with 2 strikers added to their ranks. Josh Parker joined as a free agent, and youngster Ollie Sanderson joined on loan from Fulham. Sanderson hit the ground running as well, scoring on his debut in a 2-1 win away at Salisbury in the FA Cup. Lewis Coyle added City's second in the tie to send the Hoops into the 3rd qualifying round. Josh Parker's City career also got off to a flying start in National League South, as City arrested a 3-game losing run. A 3-3 draw against Bath saw Parker grab his first and second goal for the club. However, the Hoops ended the month in a more positive fashion, becoming the first team to take points off runaway leaders Ebbsfleet United on Tuesday night at the Raw Charging Stadium. Ollie Sanderson again on hand for the Hoops to cancel out Rakesh Bingham's opener.
Overall, I think we'd obviously take a point, playing against a very good team who haven't dropped any points yet. So to take some points away from Ebbsfleet is brilliant. But yeah, we had a real good opportunity at the end with Clydie to maybe snatch a goal and make it 2-1. But I think the overall feel for it is we were very good in possession, so were they. We were very good defensively, so were they. And the game was quite open at times though, but I think overall, we'll take the point. But I think we might have just nicked it at the end to make it 2-1, but we can't be disappointed.
Bar their success in the FA Cup, the Hoops went without a win in September. However, the 2 draws at the end of the month against Bath and Ebbsfleet stopped the rot and kept the club in the top half of the table. October started with an FA Cup clash with Southern League side Plymouth Parkway. However, when Jack Crago opened the scoring for the visitors, a shock looked to be on the cards. Step up Canis Carroll, whose header salvaged the replay in the 90th minute.
On a personal note as well, maybe not the circumstances you wanted it in, but a first goal of the season for you.
Yeah, I'll take it though. It keeps us in the hat, like you said. We go put it right Tuesday, fingers crossed, and apply ourselves properly. But yeah, on a personal note, it was nice for me to get a goal. I don't really go up too much, but I think I'm going to tell the gaffer and Ballard now that I'm going up for everything. So.
A 400-mile round trip to Devon on Tuesday night followed for the replay, and it was a replay in more ways than just the name. Again, Parkway took the lead and pushed City all the way to the last minute before Josh Parker sent the tie into extra time. From there on in, goals from Clardy Lolos and a second from Josh Parker secured City's passage through to the 4th qualifying round and an away tie against Hornchurch. Back in National League South and back on the road, Josh Ashby gave the Hoops the perfect start away at Tunbridge Angels with a superb finish. City doubled their lead just before the break too. Josh Parker heading Lewis Coyle's cross into the net from point blank range. However, City were to be outdone by 2 superb strikes. Ruben Jr. and Jeremy Santos holding City to a draw in Kent. There was no time to rest on their laurels though, as the team travelled to Hornchurch in the FA Cup. The prize, a place in the first round proper. But after Jack Munns gave the hosts a lead, the Hoops had to come from behind again. However, after Tom Raitt was sent off for this crunching tackle on Fisher, the tide turned. From the resulting free kick, Claudio Lolos steered home to put the Hoops back on level terms just before the break. The Hoops turned on the style in the second half. This thunderbolt from Reece Fleet, the pick of the goals. Josh Parker made absolutely sure that City would progress without the need of a replay this time around, picking himself up to dispatch the penalty he won to grab City's third, then tapping home a fourth in the last minute to set up an away tie to League One side Fleetwood Town. Despite some impressive results, City were without a win in 6 league games, so there weren't many better ways to stop that run with a last gasp win away at high-flying Haventon Waterlooville. The winning goal exemplified how well the team were progressing on the pitch, Reece Fleet finding his midfield partner Josh Ashby through the eye of a needle so the midfielder could put the finishing touch on this glorious passing move. After 4 consecutive away games, the Hoops eventually returned to the Raw Charging Stadium. Newly promoted Taunton the visitors this time, and Andre Burley got City off to the perfect start. However, the lead didn't last long. David Sims-Burgess equalised from a corner just a few minutes later. Moreover, City were reduced to 10 men in this one. A rare red card for captain Reece Fleet meant that City had to play the remainder of the game with 10 men. However, in a dramatic late twist of events, the 10 men went on to win the game. Tom Harrison pulled down inside the box. Joe Chofano, as cool as you like from the spot. Ross Jenkins' side were back up and running in National League South. However, they did finish the month with a 2-1 defeat away at Farnborough. Although it was a day to remember for City youngster Jayden Carbon, who scored his first senior goal for the club after coming through the youth ranks. That defeat at Farnborough just a blip as the Hoops bounced back from the prior month, as the table started to take shape. November was the busiest of the season, with the squad having to squeeze 8 games into their schedule. A 2-0 win over relegation battling Hungerford Town was the perfect start to the month though, with Josh Parker's Thunderbolt stealing the show. Charlie Rowan added the second late on in the game with his first goal of the season. Next up, the first round of the FA Cup. Although there was to be no giant killing this time, despite a spirited performance, a 3-1 defeat ended our run in the FA Cup. However, the 5th of November will be remembered by Alfie Potter. He scored City's only goal of the game just hours after rejoining the squad after the birth of his child. City's resolve was to be tested again. A 1-0 defeat to Worthing in midweek was followed by this 2-2 draw against Hemel Hempstead. Josh Parker adding another entry to the goal of the season competition, as City had to come from behind twice to earn a point in this one. Aaron Williams-Bichel's trickery was quickly endearing himself to the City fans, his equaliser earning us a point on this occasion. As we'd already come to expect through the season, the Hoops shrugged off their mini blip to bounce back in style against league newcomers Dover Athletic. Ross Jenkins' side racing into a 3-0 lead, all before half-time, thanks to goals from Joe Achofano, Josh Ashby and Zach McEachran, making it pretty much the perfect half. The only downside on the night, George Nikaj's 90th minute consolation to take City's clean sheet away from them on otherwise what had been a perfect night. There was no rest for the wicked as City continued to squeeze in those November fixtures. Plymouth Parkway enacted their revenge as they knocked City out of the FA Trophy, but again they bounced back with a late point against high-flying Dartford. Canis Carroll again scoring late on to cancel out Tom Bonner's opener. At this point in the season, the top leagues had paused for the Qatar World Cup, but there was still plenty of drama to be seen as City finished the month at Cheshunt. Tom Harrison towered over his markers to grab his first goal of the season in the first half to set City on their way. But when Rhys Beckles-Richards fired the host level, it would be another case of the Oxford City Late Show. Again, the Hoops didn't know when they were beaten, and Aaron Williams-Bichel stole all 3 points at the death.
Yeah, definitely the character we got in this group, we just keep going till the end, and I think that's shown in the last few results. We keep going till the end. Like I say, it's a difficult place to come, but the character we've shown to dig in and get 3 points is great.
That last gasp win proved to be huge too, as the team kept up with the pace of the playoff pack. The final month of 2022 seemed to come around quickly, and again City showed their grit to find a result. Claudio Lolos ended his goal drought with this clever finish as struggling Dulwich Hamlet visited Oxford. But when Danny Mills and George Porter turned the game on its head, again the Hoops pulled a rabbit out of the hat. Nevertheless, an informed Tom Harrison scored in the second game running to salvage a point for City. Not bad for a centre-half. The freezing cold winter weather was quickly forgotten about as fans were treated to the game of the season as City took on Chippenham Town at the Roar Charging Stadium. An 8-goal thriller that had pretty much everything, and again saw City come from behind to grab a result. It was a game where 3 City strikers got themselves on the score sheet, but none more so than Joe Achofano, who grabbed his first career hat-trick. Despite going 3-1 up, Chippenham pegged City back, Harry Parsons half in the deficit. However, as previously stated, City strikers were on top form and Josh Parker regained the 2-goal cushion. Nonetheless, Chippenham refused to back down, and when Luke Russ rounded Ben Dzinski to tap home a third, the stadium braced itself for a dramatic last 10 minutes. However, in a game that refused to die down, there was still time for some magic. And by magic, we mean this from Claudio Lolos. The striker making sure the points were staying put, but the match ball belonged to Wichofano.
Yeah, I mean, it does feel great. It's I'll be lying if I said it hasn't been a frustrating season. I've had a lot of injury problems and I've struggled to get my body right, and it's been tough mentally and frustrating because I know I can help the boys a lot when I get on the pitch, and this repays a lot of the faith that the gaffer and the team have in me, and I hope I can continue doing this. But yeah, great feeling, and hopefully the first of many.
Boxing Day brought with it the annual double-header against Slough Town, but this Zach McEachran strike wasn't enough on the day as the Hoops were beaten 3-1. So City finished the year in 8th place, 1 point and 1 position outside the playoff places. But little did they know that defeat to Slough would be their last until March 2023. The new year started with the reverse fixture with Slough, and Josh Parker was the man who got the club's first goal of 2023 from the penalty spot. Alfie Potter added a second goal after the break, and it looked like the team would be starting the new year with a win. But the footballing gods can be cruel, and this time it was the opposition with a late comeback to leave a sour taste in the mouth. Yusuf Shentouf's long-range shot and Imran Kayani's header, leaving City with a point to start the year. Those New Year's Day blues were soon forgotten about though, after an impressive 2-1 victory at home against St Albans. Lewis Coyle setting City their way in this one before Josh Parker doubled the lead. Ryan Blackman's goal turned out to be a consolation as the Hoops held on for their first win of 2023. January brought with it a new name. Goalkeeper Archie Matthews added to the squad after signing on loan from Swansea City, but he couldn't do anything to stop ex-Hoop Louis Fernandez heading home a Hampton opener in City's next fixture. However, Matthews would have a debut to remember after his penalty save kept the team in this one. That save proved to be vital too, as Josh Parker stabbed home an equaliser to rescue a point in difficult conditions. Another long away trip saw City add another 3 points to their tally. Alfie Potter steering home the first goal before Zach McEachran scored a rare header away at Concord Rangers in a 2-1 win. Furthermore, City finished the month unbeaten after a commanding 3-1 win over Weymouth. However, in one of the most bizarre stories of the season, the visitors had to wear City's old away kit after forgetting their own. The informed Josh Parker opened the scoring before Canis Carroll doubled the lead. Parker, a man on fire, as his header to make it 3 was his 5th goal of the month.
In which you got 2 of the goals, and what was going through your mind on these 2 opportunities you had today?
Not a lot, to be fair. It's just today I said to myself I want to get a couple of goals, even though I feel like I've been playing well the last couple of games and I've been scoring or assisting. I expect more from myself, so today I feel like I'm getting closer, to my usual self. It's been a long time coming, but I feel like I'm starting to pick up and have consistent form.
Starting to pick up indeed, as the striker's red-hot form in January earned him the league's Player of the Month award. At the end of January, the team certainly weren't getting a case of the winter blues, as the Hoops had climbed into the playoff places. There was more movement in the goalkeeping department in February, Archie Matthews' brief loan spell was cut short through injury, so in came Adnan Kanyuric on loan from Premier League side Nottingham Forest. His first game, a difficult trip to Hungerford Town. City went behind in this one, but again showed they were made of sterner stuff as they recovered from an early setback to win 3-1. Josh Ashby levelling the scores in superb fashion. Clardy Lolos's header turned the scoreline on its head before Lewis Coyle capitalised on a goalkeeper mistake to make sure the points were going home with the Hoops.
I think I could have done. I probably should have put it away earlier, to be fair. Josh played me in. I was waiting for the ball to settle, but on a pitch like this, it's hard for the ball to settle. And luckily, the goalie, I think it come off his shin and had an open goal to touch it in. So.
3 wins on the trot. It's no mean feat. What's the mood in the dressing room like? You must be all buzzing.
It's always good. Every time you win, go in, put the tunes on, everyone's buzzing. And the feeling at the minute that we keep doing that, long may it continue, because the vibe's good, everyone's happy, and we seem to keep climbing the table, so keep putting them wins together and we see where it takes us.
True to Coyley's word, the Hoops did keep putting the wins together, Welling the next victim to fall foul of the informed Hoops. Clardy Lolos set City on their way with the opener. Welling goalkeeper Miles Roberts won't want to see that again. But if the opener was a little fortuitous, there was nothing lucky about the second goal. Zach McEachran at full stretch to double the lead. City 2-0 up and cruising in this one, but when Welling were awarded a penalty in the second half, there was a danger they could come back into the game. However, not with Adnan Kanyuric in goal. A super save from the Bosnian under-23 international, which set it up nicely for Josh Parker to round off the afternoon with a now customary goal to secure a 3-0 victory. By this stage of the month, City had won their last 4 games and had scored 3 goals in their last 3. Surely they couldn't keep that up against playoff-chasing Worthing.
Clip forward, looking for Carroll. Carroll heads across goal. Lewis Michio! He scored! Lewis Michio opens the scoring for Oxford City. A brilliant strike from the left-back. And City are ahead in this playoff game. A massive, massive goal in the playoff race. And it's from the most unlikely of scorers. His first goal of the season. Lewis of the winger, but Parker does well, goes down, penalty Oxford City, and a big chance for City to double their lead. An arm in the back of the striker Josh Parker. The referee was very confident. Him off. He's not. So Parker against Mayle, a big moment in this match. He scores! Josh Parker gives City a 2-0 lead in this playoff clash. And there's daylight between the two sides now. He can't stop scoring at the moment. Ball deep into the half. Coyle just misses the header, but he gets the drag back clearance, if you like, and again City can counter, this time through McEachran. He takes it a little bit slower as there's more players back, but Lolos beats his man brilliantly. He's got Parker to his left, no real other options, comes back on himself. McEachran, he's got Ashby to his right. City have done well to create a chance here. McEachran! It's 3 for Oxford City, and that has got to be that for the Hoops. Brilliant move from City. Great.
Another 3 points and another new name on the score sheet from defender Lewis Michio.
Yeah, I was quite happy to score. I think I was the only one in the squad not to have a goal this season, so finally got that weight off my shoulders now. So I was quite happy. And it was just a well-worked goal. Canis at the back stick, just heading it back across, and on the half volley I just wanted to make good contact with it, put it towards the goal, and just found the bottom corner. So yeah, very happy. I mean, as part of the back three, that's our main priority, keeping a clean sheet, don't concede. It's a bit of pride in us back three. So I think it does the world of good now, 2 in a row clean sheets, so hopefully we can take that into Tuesday as well.
The long trip to Taunton Town on Tuesday night saw the winning streak end, but the unbeaten run continue. Again though, the Hoops perhaps slightly unlucky in this one. Alfie Potter gave City the lead on the stroke of half-time before both teams were reduced to 10 men. Josh Parker receiving a second yellow for this. Taunton denying City all 3 points, taking their revenge from the reverse fixture with a last-minute goal of their own. Finally, in a month full of drama, perhaps it was quite fitting that City would stretch their unbeaten run to 2 months with a largely forgettable but impressive 0-0 draw away at Dartford. Another month to remember and another month unbeaten. The team dropped points only 4 times since the turn of the year, and all away from home. And despite playing more games than other playoff candidates, it was a run which lifted the Hoops into the top 3. All good things must come to an end though, and the 10-game unbeaten run finished as the Hoops were defeated by Farnborough. Zach McEachran's strike not enough on this occasion, on the rare day where City fell short.
By Grant at the back post, and it's in.
Although 2 more faces joined the squad in the shape of Will Dawes, who signed from Yeovil Town, and Joe Wilson, who joined from Ilkeston. Dawes grabbing his first goal for the club in a tight game against playoff rivals Braintree Town on Tuesday night.
Race 1-1, brilliant ball across from Williams-Bichelle. Parker did well just to set it to Dawes, and he scored his first goal for Oxford City. 1-1.
Aaron Blair went on to put the visitors ahead in the second half on what looked like to be a smash and grab victory. However, you know the script by now, the Hoops didn't know when they were beaten.
To Potter on the left, ball into Ashby again, into the middle, to McEachran! They've done it! Oxford City have salvaged a goal here. It's
a big point in hindsight, and that was followed by a 3-0 win away at Hemel Hempstead. Again, Will Dawes playing a key role, finding Josh Parker to break the deadlock. It was a convincing win on this occasion, and after Josh Ashby squeezed home the second, there was no doubt that the points would be coming back to Oxford. Furthermore, there was still time for a Parker double, the striker scoring a second in added time to cap off a wonderful afternoon. Back-to-back wins were secured again just a week later. Parker's second-minute goal this time seeing off a battling Cheshunt. The final game of March couldn't be tougher. A trip to a Dulwich Hamlet team fighting for their lives in front of a 3,000 capacity crowd. But City found a way.
Great penalty area now, there's an opportunity for Oxford City, they've scored! Oxford City have taken the lead! The substitute, Ollie Sanderson, the ball into the penalty area. Sanderson held the ball up really well, turned his man, and he's drilled it into the bottom corner. And against the run of play, it's Dulwich Hamlet 0, Oxford City 1.
Talk about making an... Here as George Porter comes forward. Dulwich have the spring in the step. It's a great ball over to Main, it's goal! Straight away, Danny Mills has equalised for the host. A great ball over from Blackman to the path, to the back post, floated over for the big striker. He rises highest and he gets a header on it to just put it into the corner of the net. And all of a sudden, Dulwich forward, not away from danger for City, as they keep trying to get the ball away from goal. And Critchlow! Dulwich take the lead at Champion Hill. A shot that completely deflected past pass Adnan Kanuric. We talked about the bobbles on the pitch just in this game. Bichelle, neat little turn away from Porter. A neat 1-2 with Dawes, finds its way to Lolos, who will release the on-running Williams Bichelle down the right wing. Lolos turns inside the box. Lolos! What a goal from Claudio Lolos, who equalises! The Albanian striker has City back in this game out of nothing. Turns inside the box, back to goal, has the space to turn and fire an effort past Aaron Jones. The goalkeeper could do nothing to...
By the end of March, the Hoops were third on merit too, staying put in those coveted top 3 spots after teams had caught up with their games in hand. In the league, 1 month to go, still all to play for, and the Hoops had another tricky run of fixtures ahead. The month got off to the perfect start. A 4-0 victory over Tunbridge Angels, adding another 3 points on a day where Claudio Lolos scored his first senior hat-trick.
Brilliant chip towards the back post for Jack Davies! It's 2 for City, and once again, it's been coming. Brilliant header from McEachran. Threaded through ball to Claudio Lolos. It's as easy as that for Claudio Lolos. His second of the game, his third. Lolos here, chips it over Miles, continues Claudio Lolos. Brilliant footwork, and Claudio Lolos comes so close. Oh, he's given a penalty. Goes down in the area. Referee blows his whistle. Lolos against Henley. Scores! It's a hat-trick for Claudio Lolos.
Hat-trick, how are you feeling?
No, obviously it's a great feeling as a striker. Ultimately, that's your job. So for me to be able to do the job for the team it's a great feeling. But also I've got to say that without the team and without us being a team, that wouldn't have happened. So I'm proud of the boys, and it was a great performance today. So yeah.
A busy bank holiday weekend meant City had to fit 2 games into the schedule, and 2 big ones at that. On Good Friday, Ebbsfleet were too good on the day as a Dominic Polion hat-trick secured the hosts the league title. However, you could argue the bigger game was next up as the 3rd place Hoops took on 4th place Chelmsford in a game that would have a huge say on the top 3.
Levy, Canis Carroll's complaining it went out. Meanwhile, it goes down, penalty to Chelmsford. So Krasnicki against Kanuric. Sends him the wrong way. And Chelmsford take an early lead at the Royal Charging Stadium. Ashby again wants a run. Gets one with Michio. Michio, that's got to be a foul. Referee gives. Penalty Oxford City. A second penalty in this game. 27 minutes gone. Michio fouled just on the edge. The referee deemed it to be on the line. He's given a penalty. No question about the foul. Chelmsford defenders just aren't protesting their innocence. They think it was a free kick rather than the penalty, but the referee very assertive there to point to the spot. So it's Josh Ashby, who's not taken a penalty for City in a while. He'll face Beach. Ashby against Beach. Steps up. Sends him the wrong way, and we're level again at the Royal Charging Stadium. Great penalty from Ashby, and once again in the game, City are level. Play it round the corner, looking for Trotter. That's just a little bit too little on that. It's Potter plays in McEachran. He'll burst forward, and if he can make this right, McEachran! What a goal from Zach McEachran! Out of nowhere, City have taken the lead at the Royal Charging Stadium, and in some fashion, brilliant play from Zach McEachran. Just controls the ball so well and pokes it into the corner of the net before the keeper could set, and City are ahead in this game. Does eventually, but for Livy's ball is pounced upon. Potter into the path of McEachran. Great ball from McEachran to Ashby. Brilliant ball from Ashby. Now Sanderson's in here if he can play his cards right. Sanderson! It's 3 for Oxford City, and out of nothing they have scored again. Brilliant run from Sanderson behind the back line. And despite the Chelmsford pressure, he keeps his cool and slots it past Eddie Beach. Oxford City 3, Chelmsford 1. So just
a massive victory over the Clarets, but the Hoops had to be at their best with 3 games to go. Next up, the longest trip of the season to Dover Athletic, where they were exactly that. Again though, the goalkeeping department was struck by injury as Adnan Kanyaric's season was halted prematurely. Chris Haig joined on an emergency loan deal from Ebbsfleet United to fill the vacant spot. Dover's early lead was soon cancelled out by the dominant Hoops. Latrell Humphrey-Ewers grabbing his first goal for the club in some fashion. From then on in, it was pretty much plain sailing. Ollie Sanderson putting City ahead before a quickly taken corner just after half-time helped Zach McEachran add the third. For the final 10 minutes of the game, Claudio Lolos came off the bench and he made an instant impact, scoring first from open play, then adding a second from the penalty spot to grab his 20th goal of the season. Your first competitive goal for Oxford City. Yeah. Just talk us through that one.
To be fair, you're always on to me about it. Like, I shoot a lot in training and the boys are always telling me to shoot in games. And today, I feel like it just lined up really nice for me and I hit it on the volley and thankfully it went in. Yeah, we're all really together at the minute. We're all happy, you know, winning games together. And, you know, after that, we're playing the music. Everybody's getting around each other. So it's a very good vibe in the change room at the minute. And we'll take that into the next game.
2 games to go in National League South, but there were still some twists and turns to come. City's final home game of the season against Haventon Waterlooville ended in a 1-1 draw after Alfie Potter's opener was cancelled out by Mo Fowle's stunner and set up a nerve-wracking final day. In the regular season, it had all come down to this in the race for the top 3 and that coveted bye to the semi-final of the playoffs. The Hoops had their destiny in their own hands, win and nothing else would matter. However, anything other than a win, a result for Chelmsford against Taunton, would see them take 3rd spot and the bye to the semi-final. With a nail-biting finale, fans were hoping for a celebration come 5 o'clock, but once again, Bath City spoiled the party. It was all going so well, but the Hoops were made to rue their missed chances. Josh Parker had given City the lead, but after the interval, goals from Opie Edwards and Scott Wilson put Bath ahead. City couldn't find a way back into the game, but after a long wait, miraculously, a win for Taunton Town at Chelmsford secured City's 3rd place finish and their highest ever in their 141-year history.
Yeah, I'm obviously really proud of the boys. They've worked really hard. We've got some boys from last season here. We've got some new boys who've come in. I think the identity and the training and everything has really come together. I think the boys have embraced the style of play and the way that we want to play as Oxford City. I think it's enjoyable for the fans. It's definitely enjoyable for me to watch and the staff and hopefully the fans as well. And it's a really big achievement and something that I think we'll reflect back on maybe in a few months' time. But right now it's still quite raw and we've still got a job to do.
I know it's cliche, but the table doesn't lie. We're there on merit. I think we've worked tremendously hard as a group of players, as a club, trying to progress and move forward, and I think that's shown in obviously getting into playoffs 2 years in a row is a big achievement, and we're going to attack the playoffs and see what happens, take it game by game and see what happens.
The regular season done and dusted then, 46 games of goals, drama, blood, sweat and tears done, but there was still more to come for the Hoops in the playoffs. their prize for finishing third, a home semi-final against Worthing.
First time ball through to Parker, but cut out well, and it's with James Beresford again. Beresford lays the ball to the left-hand side and push forward towards Idi Akambi. Akambi, though, a bit of a misplaced pass into the area, and that allows City to clear their lines. And Josh Parker has an opportunity to get the ball through, and Alfie Potter clean through on goal. Alfie Potter goes around the goalkeeper. Alfie Potter with an opportunity. Oh, he's missed the control of the ball. That was a glorious opportunity for Potter.
City on their offence now. They're really starting to enjoy the ball, enjoy possession of the ball, and getting their dangerous players on the ball as much as possible.
Okay, and it's with City again. McEachran! And Zach McEachran has put Oxford City in front. The first goal of the game, out of nowhere really, on the edge of the penalty area. And Zach McEachran has nestled the ball into the bottom left-hand corner, and it's Oxford City 1, Worthing 0.
Right on cue. McEachran's been taking this game by the scruff of the neck. He's really starting to impose himself heavily in it. He's picking up the ball, he's committing players, he's taking opportunities when he can.
But it's out for a City throw. They'll come again. Michio, Fleet, if City could get a goal in these last 2 minutes, what a difference it could make to the half-time team talks of both managers. Carroll. Haig, he'll opt to go long again, not taking no chances with it. He wasn't doing that early on in the game, but meanwhile, brilliantly taken down from Parker. He just takes Haig's lofted ball, just brings it down with his chest, and now plays another brilliant ball into McEachran on the edge of the area, looks for a space to shoot, carries on going, moves a little bit wide, so he'll cross it instead to the back post, and it's met to Potter! And City do have a 2-goal lead. Alfie Potter makes it 2 for City. Almost caught me by surprise. A brilliant ball over to Aaron Williams-Bichelle. He knocks it back with his head into the 6-yard box, and Worthing don't know whether...
Dartford 5-4 on penalties after a 1-1 draw down in Kent, but it's now with City again down the right-hand side with Burley. He's got Alfie Potter to his right, he's got Zach McEachran to his left. He opts for the ball into McEachran, but it's been cleared away, and back with Worthing again, and Pearce goes down under a challenge, but the referee says play on as it gives an advantage, and a sprayed a crossfield pass there to Ibi Akambi, and Akambi has got into the penalty area. He's gone past Josh Ashby, but his shot was pretty...
The referee keeps looking at his watch. Hit forward from Haig, looking for a Chofano, and that's that! Oxford City are the 2023 National League South playoff finalists. Commiserations to Worthing and their supporters, but that was a masterclass in how you play and see out professionally a playoff semi-final, Eddie.
Absolutely, and all City have to do now is rest, regroup, recover, get yourselves ready mentally, physically for what's going to come, because what's next is the biggest game City have had for a long time. Their opportunity to get to the National League Premier here next.
Yeah, it's a hot day today, and last year we had something similar at Dorking. It was roasting, so we knew it was going to be a tough game. You know, the atmosphere and the occasion is obviously big for the football club and the players and the staff. But I thought we were pretty good today. I thought, you know, we looked after the performance, and then the performance looked after the scoreline. So it's important we take the positives. There's many in there. There's a few things we need to work on, but in terms of where we've come as a club, yeah, it's a great achievement. The players should be proud. We've got to rest up now because we've got another big game coming up. So yeah, we're going to enjoy it, but at the same time we've got to keep our feet on the ground and ready to put a big shift in next week.
St Albans in the final. Fair play to them. They've had an eliminator. They've turned it around quickly and beaten Dartford. They're going to be really tough. Well, I don't need to tell you that, do I? It's going to be a great occasion, but it's going to be an even better football match.
Yeah. Again, another difficult team. Anyone in the playoffs are going to be tough, and I didn't know they got their result until right on the final whistle of ours. And yeah, delighted to have a home game. But we know it's going to be a difficult challenge. We have to respect that where they are for a reason. and then we just move forward. We've got to keep on moving forward, and if we do that, we keep the momentum, and hopefully we can do it. So, yeah, really pleased today. Good performance, a good win, clean sheet, and we move forward.
The win over Worthing, setting up a date with destiny, a home National League South promotion final against St Albans. But what was to follow will live long in the memory of every Oxford City supporter.
Afternoon, Matt. Afternoon, everyone. It all comes down to this then. The season that started on August the 6th of last year. More than 50 games later in all competitions, everything hinges on the result of one last fixture. Oxford City, in arguably the biggest match in their 140-year history, hoping to reach the National League for the very first time. St Albans hoping to book what would be only their second campaign at that level and their first in a generation. Playoffs and promotion finals have given us terrific drama on BT Sport over the years, and I'm sure that today's National League South final, the first to be televised live, will generate much of the same excitement. Heading to the promotion final though, and have every chance here today. Oxford City, meanwhile, notional favourites, but if the playoffs show anything, so you can take nothing for granted. Slight delay to proceedings here. Oxford City do get us underway.
Sharp start. Ross Jenkins likes his team to start on the front foot and try and get that early lead.
Flag stays down, and it's an early opportunity here for St Albans City. Superb save first time around, and then put wide. We almost had a goal inside the opening moments. Terrific stop by Chris Haig, and it had to be.
Yeah, I think it's Andre Burley just playing him onside. Weiss goes through, just can't get the ball out of his feet. It's a good block in the end, and it's Che Cooper following up, should be scoring.
Just a little warning for Oxford City that St Albans, very, very dangerous opponents. Chance for McEachran. Lewis Coyle in support if he needs him. Picks out Reese Fleet instead. McEachran, expert ball carrier. There's Potter. McEachran looking to turn. There's Fleet. By the skipper, and what a start for Ross Jenkins, Oxford City. Zach McEachran very much involved, and Reese Fleet tucked it away very nicely indeed.
Yeah, we talked about Oxford making a quick start, and what a perfect start this is, and it's a lovely little ball in there to McEachran, and he just sees the run just out the corner of his eye there from Fleet. It's a lovely weighted pass for him so that he couldn't come on to this and hit it first time. He just slots it, passes it into that bottom corner. Dylan Berry, absolutely no chance. What a start from the home team.
Well, it is usually St Albans that are the fast starters. Very few sides have scored more early goals than them this season, but they've been given a dose of their own medicine here at Marsh Lane. Super strike by Reese Fleet after some wonderful flowing football from Oxford City, and now it will be a real test for St Albans. The pass, and all the pressure comes off the home side. Potter, brilliant play from Alfie Potter, and now Josh Parker, who has two up ahead of him. Here is McEachran! Oh, what a magnificent save! Dylan Berry kept it out. It would have been a picture-book goal from the star player McEachran. Wonderful stuff all round there. And St Albans fortunate in some respects not to be 2 goals down. It's quite a story for their goalkeeper, St Albans' Dylan Berry. St Albans, his hometown. Oh, he's lost it. Straight to McEachran. For Dylan Berry, St Albans fan who made a wonderful save a moment or two earlier from Zach McEachran. But McEachran couldn't miss when handed another opportunity just moments later. It's a howler from goalkeeper Berry. Oxford City, though, enjoying and savouring every moment.
Yeah, you've got to feel for the goalkeeper here. Just takes his eye off the ball, doesn't he? Pressurised by Parker, and the last person you want it to fall to is that man, Zach McEachran. Made an outstanding save just before this as well. And there he just gets caught on the ball, and it's a little drop of the shoulder and a little tap in from Zach.
Well, we said he was a likely match winner, McEachran, and we expected it would be quite in that manner. Oxford City with a 2-goal lead on the board inside the opening quarter hour. What a huge test this is now for St Albans City. South. Ashby. Zach McEachran surrounded by yellow shirts. McEachran again. Ashby, that's three! And Oxford City may well have won this inside 31 minutes. They are making very light work of the biggest game in their club's history. Josh Ashby with the latest goal. And apparently, Kevin, an unassailable lead in a little over half an hour.
Yeah, brilliant football once again from Oxford City. It's that man, Zach McEachran. See, he just rolls. It's just a weighted pass again, not too dissimilar to the first goal we saw. It's so hard to get to. It's a little flick of the right foot there, and what a calm, composed finish that is from Ashby. Get a little touch there, opens his body up, and he just bends it this time. No chance for Dylan Berry. Wonderful goal. Oxford City 3-0. Hard work to come back from here now.
Well, he scored the goal that won the game when Oxford City won at St Albans back in August. Oh, he's got the goal, which you never know could well have just clinched promotion to the National League. Really know what this club is all about and give their all when they're down on the pitch. Here's Parker looking for a fourth, maybe Oxford. Parker, it is four! It's game over inside the first half. Josh Parker completes the first half of Oxford City's dreams and St Albans' nightmares. 4-0 the scoreline before the break in the National League South promotion final. Agony once again for the Saints. There was nothing they could do here.
It's great plays that Humphrey Ewers does really well, and you were talking about experience there, Dan, and Francis Clark just gets done there by the experience of Parker. It's just a little chop inside, and then does he have the composure to just place this one in the bottom course? Yes, he does, and it's a wonderful finish from Josh Parker. I was just about to say the only thing he's not done in this first half is score the goal, and he's got his goal now. It's a brilliant finish.
The first half ending as it began. Goal-mouth action, and Oxford City filling their boots up. I'm going to stick my neck out now, Kevin. I don't think this one's going to go to extra time.
I'd be very surprised. It's been, very one-sided. It could have been different. St Albans took the lead in that first half, and the mentality of this team, though, at Oxford City, they just seem composed, and we mentioned it a few times now. They just got such belief in themselves and managed the game in certain conditions really well. It's been a really good performance from him.
Oxford City finished third in the table, 3 places higher than St Albans, but we did not expect there to be this much between the two teams at half-time. 4 goals going past Dylan Berry, one of those very much of his own creation. Oxford City have run away with it so far. It's difficult to know where St Albans City can go from here. They have been played off the park in the first half of this National League South promotion final. Josh Parker's 4th goal in stoppage time at the end of the half, making it a very lopsided scoreline. Oxford City 4, St Albans 0 at the break. Oxford City, I'm sure, will want to finish with perfection and finish with the clean sheet. And that they will. What an incredible job Ross Jenkins has done here. 32 years of age, forced into coaching when injury brought a premature end to his playing career. Took over in January of 2022. Took them to the playoff semi-finals last year. Has masterminded their first ever promotion to the National League a year later. Oxford City have done it. Winners of the promotion final of the National League South. They will play 5th-tier football for the first time in their 140-year history come August. It was a final that was all over by half-time. St Albans simply never in it. Agony for David Noble and the Saints. But they were very much second best here today. Oxford City deserve all the plaudits. They played some wonderful football in the first half, so much so that they didn't really need to do much in the second half, Kevin.
Yeah, complete performance from them. They showed two sides to them. The first half they were devastating, the way they took those goals and took the game to St Albans. They were ruthless in the second half. It was about composure, discipline, seeing the game out, sticking to the game plan, and they did it to perfection. No complaints from St Albans about the result. They've had a great season. Great to see their fans staying behind to give them the applause they deserve. But Oxford City, absolutely, they deserve that. And well done to Ross Jenkins, everyone here, the fans, the owners, the players. Well deserved. Congratulations.
But let's just concentrate on the game for a second. 4-0 up at half-time, 4-0 winners at full-time. It was the perfect performance on the biggest stage as these players just go past us.
Yeah, listen, it is what it is. It feels good at the moment. I think it will feel good for a while. The boys are obviously in good spirit, and so they should be, because it's been a real good big season. There's been some big performances in there, standout performances, but I think as a collective and as a team, I think that's what's really shone through this year, is everyone's stuck together. We've got some new boys in from pre-season, and everyone's adapted really well to the system, to the shape, and to the fundamentals of moving forward with Oxford City, and they're the basics we need to lay out, and we've done that. And today I thought it was a performance that we can be proud of. It was professional, so we enjoyed the moment, and we look for whatever's in front of us. So we enjoyed today.
That moment just in the 5th tier. This is Oxford City. You know, we're going to be playing it back with Oldham Athletic, who've played in the Premier League, all these other teams next season. Today was perfect, wasn't it, from start to finish?
Yeah, I mean, I can't fault anything other than we might have scored another goal to make it 5. And I think we've been sort of very critical of the players all year. Today is their time. I think 4-0, clean sheet, final at home in front of 3,000 plus fans. It feels good. I want it to feel good, and so it should, because the boys put in a big graft all season. And we just said, look after the performance. The consistency is always there, and we'll get the result, and today we did.
Well, what a season. Promotion to the National League for the first time in the club's history in a record-breaking year. A best ever 3rd place finish in Step 2, with the team reaching an impressive 78 points. And 90 goals scored in all National League competitions. The Hoops scored in every home game they played in too. A remarkable stat. The next challenge, the 5th tier of English football, where more memories will be made. The journey to get there never straightforward, but against all odds, Oxford City are going up.